Today I want to go over reading notes on the treble clef. I've gone over basic notes on the piano already and basic rhythms, but this time we're focusing on the pitch aspect. So the treble clef is this little thing that looks like a 6 or 8 or whatever you think it looks like. The treble clef is used for the higher pitched instruments, and the bass clef is used for the lower pitched instruments. The staff is the set of 5 lines. It goes across horizontally. And the notes themselves either go on the lines or the spaces. If you walk up a scale, or just note by note on the white keys, they go from line to space, to line to space, to line to space. And you can just see we're just walking up. E, F, G, A, B, C, D. We're walking up the keyboard that way, or whatever instrument you play. One good way to remember what the notes on the treble clef are, if you forget, is that all the spaces on the treble clef spell the word face. And the lines make an acronym, which is every good boy does fine. It's not an acronym, something else. I don't actually recommend that you use that method to remember every note as you play it. It's actually better to think of it as every note you go up just walks up the alphabet, basically. Or skipping a note going from line to line or space to space. So in this case, you know that E, skip the F, G, skip the A, B, skip the C, D, skip the E, F. So that's the way I think of it. I'm not constantly thinking of every good boy does fine. There's a guy on the web who actually discourages that you use this method at all. And so I partially agree with him. And that, yeah, it does create an extra step for you to remember the note, and it'll totally slow your reading down. But if you just flat out forget, oh crap, what is this note on the treble clef, and you can't remember at all, then these help you kind of get your place, and then from there you should be thinking in terms of relative notes, just counting up. One other thing I should mention, I mean, there's lots of E's. Which one is that on the keyboard? Well, we can tell what that is because this particular note here is middle C, which we go over in the first video. And what we're doing here is we're just extending the treble clef down with what we call a ledger line. And you can actually draw a whole bunch of ledger lines down below and get notes that are a lot higher, or, I mean, a lot lower or a lot higher. So in this case, there's just one. And you can do spaces or lines. And in the case of a space like the B below this, it would be, you put a line here and then you draw the note underneath it. And next I will go over the bass clef. Bass clef looks like a big backwards C. And these are the lower notes on the keyboard. And this has its own little set of tricks. The lines are good boys do fine always. And the spaces are all cows eat grass. Sorry about my terrible handwriting. And it looks like a T, but it's actually an underline on the G and then a little R. And then here it is walking up the notes. And yeah, here I mark middle C again. So in this case, middle C is the ledger line above the bass clef. So it's the same notes on the treble clef, just a different way of writing it on a different clef. So and there's other clefs, but these are the basic ones that are used by most instruments and on piano. So that's it. Thanks.